This is Michael from Fable and Table Games. We had a card show this weekend. So it was actually a comic and toy show. We're in the New England area, and it was freaking cold this weekend. So I was only able to get out there on Saturday. It's about an hour from my house. Sunday, I was snowed out. So Saturday wasn't the worst day I've ever had at a card show, but it definitely wasn't the best. But I did make some cool pickups, and I wanted to share those with you all. So I have them in a stack here, and ignore the prices because I priced them on Saturday. Those could have changed by now. So the first thing we picked up was this Dawn trainer card. I like these because they sell well. There's the Dawn, and then there's the Lily's Determination, and then there's the Iono. Like, they sell well, and they look good in the case. They kind of showcase to folks what you have, and that you have not just playable cards, or not just super expensive cards, but kind of cards in the mid-range that people need to complete their sets and everything. This is my second copy of this one, so I have two in the case now. Next in the Pokemon, we have the GOAT, Mega Charizard X EX. So this Charizard sells so well. This isn't the super fancy version of the card, but not everybody can afford the super fancy version of the card. Some folks just want the regular fancy version of the card. So this card, I have two of them in inventory now, I believe, but it sells very quickly for me. It's popular with collectors. It's popular with kids. It's popular with anybody who likes Pokemon, to be honest, because it's a really cool Charizard. So only two Pokemon cards that I wanted to showcase. Like I said, it was a little slow. Get the camera focus. But we do have three One Piece cards, and with the new set that just came out, OP14, that makes sense to have three One Piece to have a bunch of One Piece trade-ins. So I did have some trade-ins, and these are the notable pickups. So I have the Crocodile Leader card. So this card is from the new set OP14, and it's definitely like with One Piece, it's a risk, right? Because anytime you have a new set for a card game, then typically what happens is the prices are highest right around release. You have the pre-release prices, like when it first gets announced, it slowly dips until right around release. And then once it gets to release, it usually, typically, in a normal case, declines pretty rapidly. Bottoms out 2, 3, 4 weeks later, and then just starts to rise. And then that's when you see the cards that people actually want, the cards that are going to have staying power versus just the hype of the new set and people just wanting it right now. Not have any patience. So it remains to be seen which camp Crocodile will fall in. But one of the things, at Fable and Table Games I pride myself on is we will take, as long as we're buying, we will take pretty much whatever you have. I don't want to be the vendor that says, oh, it's a new set. I don't want it, because my job is to figure out how to turn around and move it to somebody who needs it in a timely manner. Now, I don't pay quite as well on brand new sets. I still trade at my standard trade rate, but if I'm paying cash, I typically pay 60 or 65%, just because within 2 weeks that price is going to crash. However, One Piece is different. One Piece, you saw with OP13, that box got released, and I sold one for 200, and now that's going for, way more than that. So we'll see what happens with One Piece. Another One Piece card, the Perona alt art. So this card, I was surprised this card was $80. If I'm going to be honest. If any of you One Piece fans out there can tell me a little bit about this card, if it's playable and that's the reason it's so expensive, or Perona is a popular character, because I don't know a ton about One Piece. I'm learning as I go, and I'm getting in to the anime slowly but surely. But this one seems an odd one to be so expensive for me. The art is cool, but if anybody has any insight into why it's $80, let me know. And this is the pickup of the weekend for sure. I traded this one, so I have a regular. Shout out to Bert. He came by and he had some OP14 that he had opened, and he pulled this card out of his packs, and he wanted to trade it, and he traded it in. I gave him a good percentage, and he traded it for some Lorwyn Eclipsed sealed, and a couple of One Piece cards, I believe, but definitely a good amount of Lorwyn Eclipse sealed. He got a box and some other stuff. So we have the Nami alt art. It was $130. I don't know what it's sitting at right now because again, this was Saturday. Today is Monday. Who knows? But this card's legit. I think I'm not super worried about moving this card right away because I think this card will probably only go up. I thought about sending this one into grading, but I am not certain. I have a couple One Piece cards I'm grading right now because I'm dipping my toe in the water in terms of grading One Piece. And I want to see how they come back to see how my eye is for One Piece. So I think I'll probably try and sell this one raw, even though it looks like a potentially good grading candidate. The centering's pretty good. The surface is good. Bert takes great care of his cards. And a lot of this is on the top loader. But anyway, so this card was definitely the crown jewel pickup of the weekend. It had a lot of buzz when people stopped by the table. People looked at it and wanted to talk about it and wanted to share. Like they saw this, they said, "Oh, I pulled that," or "Oh, I pulled this other cool card, but not that one." But no real interest in buying. But it was a really small show in terms of the amount of folks that showed up just due to the cold. So if you have any interest in any of these cards, this Nami or any of the other ones I showcased here, hit me up on Instagram. I'm Fable and Table Games on Instagram. Leave a comment here on this video. Or, go to my website, just fableandtablegames.com, and send me a contact us form, and I'll get back to you. But leave a comment down below if you made it to the end, and leave a comment with which of your cards is the favorite. I would say mine's this Nami. All right, everybody, have a good day.